Previously on X-Men.
The year is 2020. Fascism has risen across the West. States, provinces, nations embrace anti-mutant conservatism. Captain Marvel and Iron Man died with Seattle. Alpha Flight died with Toronto. Paris burned. The heart of the West has blackened. Sentinels are used not just to murder mutants, but to oppress and control any marginalized group. The media reassures decent folk that the internment camps are the best place for trans people, gay people, black people, poor people, disabled people, woke libtards. The list goes on and on. The last remaining X-Men, a ragtag group of survivors, make their way to the UAE to follow one of their own, Tiffany. When they arrive, they don't find their friend. They meet Geith, an arrogant aristocrat mutant who tries to sell information about an MRD mole. Before the exchange completes, Sentinels arrive and vaporize the information broker. During the melee, Jujube saves Skids from certain death. Emma Frost is crushed in robot grip, and Forge passes the tablet with the MRD mole contact to Quantum before detonating a grenade, destroying the Sentinels and giving the X-Men their chance to escape. Several Jamie Madroxes and a cantankerous old Sean Cassidy are waiting when they return to Muir Island. Emma collapses, no longer able to hide her grave condition. Katarina is still somewhere missing, somewhere in time. The X-Men still don't know where Tiffany is. But the mole that Forge died to connect them to has made contact, naming herself Otta and requesting extraction from Toronto. Tiffany, I believe you have something to explain about your whereabouts.
Yes, I wrote us a little story. A pair of elevator doors slide open, revealing a gleaming white and stainless steel medical facility. Tiffany Taylor, Bale, follows a young, professionally dressed Arab man out into the lab. As she tails him, she focuses on tempering her expectations. Even now, after everything she's seen, psychic time travel sounds ridiculous. But a quiet, indomitable hope is all that has kept her going for 3 long decades. It's what brought her here, and she can't silence it completely. The stress of using the device has left her memory of the things that immediately preceded it hazy and imprecise. She remembers no one really wanted to answer her questions, like how does it work? She was supposed to wear it and then focus very hard on who and where she was in the past, and anything more than that was proprietary. What should she expect? They wouldn't answer this either, but it is highly experimental. Maybe they couldn't. Are there more of these? Didn't really matter. It's not like she and her friends could afford a replacement. Sensations are easier to recall. The pinch of a lab assistant drawing some of her blood and injecting it into a device that looks like the unholy offspring of a centrifuge and a pod coffee maker. The astringent scent of alcohol and the cold, tingly feeling as someone swabs it over her temples. The startling lightness of the device as it's placed in her hands. It isn't much to look at. A smooth U-shaped band of metal with what look like large metal half circles at each end, a bit like headphones. She's instructed to wrap the band around the back of her head, resting it on her ears so the round parts nestle against her temples. Her hand is guided to a small depression in the band just behind her right ear, and she presses down. Pain lances through her temples as the headset latches onto her skin. 30 years of running and hiding and fighting, and Tiffany still hasn't developed much of a tolerance for this kind of physical pain, and she has to fight her instinct to phase out of it. She tries to remember where she was in the late 80s. Things were a lot simpler. More of her friends were still alive. Her eyes slide out of focus as something connects. Manhattan is in absolute chaos, the air thick with dust and the sound of sirens. New York would always be her home at heart, even though in her mid-30s she hasn't lived there for a very long time. She could move through the mayhem without fear, but she had no way of finding people who needed help escaping from the debris, and every minute she spent near the ruins of the towers was a risk. This isn't far back enough. The shrill of a siren awakes her from a dead sleep, adrenaline rushing, disoriented. Pulling on whatever clothes are closest, she stumbles out into the halls of the X Mansion. She can hear Victor saying, "Alex, Tiffany, Luna, get everyone to Moira." It's the last thing she ever heard him say. This isn't far back enough either, but it's close. It's very close. She's vaguely aware that her nose is bleeding, her actual nose in 2020, that there's a pressure radiating through her head, beginning at her temples, that makes it feel like it might split in two. It's not relevant. She has to do this. This has to count. The X Mansion again, the same dorm room, but it's peaceful. There's a plush dinosaur on her nightstand, a battered spiral-bound notebook folded back on itself on top of a math textbook, and she's just turning the lights out to go to sleep. This is it. This is early enough. Now that she's here, Tiffany realizes she isn't even sure how to communicate. Can she, take over her own hand and write a note to herself? She can't tell if the device just doesn't work that way or if she lacks the control because her 17-year-old self is going to sleep. Maybe she can just talk. She really should have organized her thoughts before she put this on her head, because really, how do you sum up 33 years of terror and violence, dead friends, concentration camps, and dwindling hopes? When she tries, she feels like she's shouting through water, muffled and barely coherent. So maybe she just needs to keep it simple for now, and she needs to pick one thing that will sum it up. She pictures sentinels, the gleaming purple metal and the ominous red glow of her eyes. She snaps back to herself. She gives her head a shake, unsure if that worked. There's a buzz of activity in the lab that has nothing to do with her, and it sounds like a fire alarm has been pulled. The lab assistant who was with her is gone. Tiffany dives back in. She tries again. She finds the right time, or close enough, and she thinks of sentinels again and again and again. The next time she opens her eyes, she knows she has to stop. She's exhausted and in pain, acutely aware that she's completely alone in the lab while something catastrophic happens elsewhere in the building. She remembers how to turn the headband off and hits the button beside her ear, feels the plates against her temples retract with a snapping sound that is more than a little bit alarming, and pulls it off her head. Her temples feel wet with sweat, but when she lifts a hand to wipe it away, it stinks. She looks at her fingers. She's bleeding. She carefully slides the headband into her jacket and pushes unsteadily to her feet, then immediately turns to one side and throws up. She feels like shit. She needs to get out of here. If things went bad upstairs, she knows Alex will get everyone out. He always does. She just has to look after herself.
And it's sometime later, after doing what she does best, looking after herself, being able to slip undetected through the spaces of the world, she ends up back on Weir Island herself. The Scottish island that, I think it's Scottish, that used to be the home of Moira MacTaggart, long since passed now, and is kept by a paramour of Moira's, Sean Cassidy, now a very old man, and if he had been grouchy before at times, it's tenfold now, when he's not resting, which he does more often, earlier than before, day to day. And many versions of Jamie Madrox, the multiple man. Leave it to Jamie to survive in great number, even under these conditions. But recently, they've had other guests staying with them. and they've been glad for it. But the mood has changed now that their new guests have returned from their latest mission in the UAE. And when Tiffany walks in, she finds her colleagues, Alex, Marty, and, well, Forge, one fewer. He isn't present when you step back in. Emma's not there, but Sally and Jubilation, they're still there. There's an energy loss in the area, but still, despite that, several people are sitting upright, leaned in, paying special attention to a tablet that seems to be on the table, perhaps in front of them. And the group are actually in the middle of conversing with whoever it is that's on the other side of that tablet. Alex and whomever it is on the other line, why don't you give us a brief summary of what you had been talking about?
Alex was not willing to suffer fools, and so got straight to the point. In his own way, also grieving the loss of Forge, given that he gave his life for this tablet to make this contact, and so this had better pay off. She was very to the point in regards to asking exactly who's on the other end and what their intentions are. And, well, the person on the other end, I won't speak for them, but they were delightful. They were polite. They even seemed kind. But Alex wasn't able to get very far into the conversation, especially when the person on the other end started offering the potential for medical supplies when he noted Emma falling over. So he quickly tossed the pad back to Tiffany and teleported to catch Emma before she landed completely on her side in an attempt to prevent further injury. But knowing one of Emma's biggest crosses to bear isn't physical pain, but indignity, and he didn't want to see her suffer that. So he then helped her up, picked her up, and reassured her, and headed off to the what's left of the infirmary at this point.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just about to pass to you, so please speak up.
Oh, the person on the tablet is the mole is identified herself as Ada. She presents herself as through a heavily filtered image of a woman in a Regency dress wearing a steampunk eyepiece, and has communicated that she is in Toronto, where the MRD is among their strongest, and seems to have access to a great deal of information about them. She knew about Alex's past, details about his history stretching back to the 80s, although she herself indicated she was much younger than anyone in the group. When it came up, she indicated that she would like extraction, but that it would be something that would require deliberation, as there are tens of thousands of sentinels in Toronto, and anything less careful could result in their deaths. She was trying to be as helpful as possible while remote. She explained that she was a mole in the MRD in Toronto, which is one of the hearts of the MRD. When asked and it was offered, she indicated she would like extraction, but it was something that would require extensive planning because there are tens of thousands of sentinels in Toronto, and that would make it extremely dangerous for any teams that came to her. But in the meantime, she's tried to offer what assistance she can, including providing the details of any medical any medical supplies they can get, and yeah, that's about it.
And I simply added a little addendum that in the time that Alex was speaking with Ada, that he noticed a very similar parlance in the way she spoke in comparison to how Emma speaks. A lot of darlings are infused throughout the conversation, and Alex, without intending to make a joke, asked Emma if she had a sister that the rest of us didn't know about. And it was at that particular time when Emma retorted back similarly that she then collapsed, to kind of bring it all full circle and paint the bigger picture.
Excellent. And it's when Alex teleports away with Emma that we'll proceed with Tiffany entering the room and hearing Ada on the tablet there. Marty, where are you in all this?
Marty is immediately rushing after Alex and the person who requires Marty's help. Marty, the only, if you can call them doctor at this point, and does everything in their power to provide assistance and cure and whatever medical knowledge they have in possession, as well as their healing powers.
Alex will be able to return to the scene in short time. He's just getting Emma on a bed in what is left of the infirmary, and then upon seeing Marty immediately behind him, knows that she's in the best care possible, and there's nothing more he can do at this point, and just he'll pat Emma's hand, wipe her brow,
And then
let
at
her
that,
know you're in the best hands.
and as you say that, Tiffany, with the tablet in her hand, walks into the infirmary, being drawn by the sudden rush of aid and compassion for Emma Frost, who, on the bed there, gives a characteristic restrained smile and squeezes Alex's hand. I'm ever so grateful to have known you all. But I apologize for not being the leader that you deserved. Oh my.
What are you talking about there, old bird? Marty is with steady hands after taking another dose of their personal medicine, what do you call it? With steady hands, putting all the equipment that they have um, working at this point, or left working, or fixed in any condition available, hooking up Emma to the monitors and checking her vitals and trying to attempt to see what medications and what injections might be needed at this point
Yeah.
to ease her.
Absolutely. Why don't you make a logic roll?
Nine.
You actually come to realize, as you're looking her over and you see the dwindling supplies that have been scrounged over time running out, and as you're looking at her readings and you see the look in her eyes, you can see that as you've been looking around, she quietly passed on. And Emma Frost, the woman known as the White Queen, dies surrounded by loved ones.
Marty, without not without compassion, but just as a practice, unfortunate practice that they're very used to at this point, records the date of death and announces the exact time of Emma Frost is passing through the room.
Alex feeling not feeling the pressure upon his hand that Emma was holding, realizes it the moment it happens. And he clenches his other hand into a fist, and as Tiffany walks into the room, tell me the person on the other end of that thing has good things to say.
I'm going to assume Tiffany hasn't actually hung up on Ada, so she's sort of like come in mid-conversation and was catching up about wanting the extraction stuff on the way in here, but she's now stopped in the doorway, still holding the tablet, likely got there fast enough that Ada could hear Marty announcing someone has died on this end of the line, and she just looks like stunned, having missed everything that led up to this moment. She looks at Emma almost like she doesn't hear Alex for a second, and then looks up at him. We're still on with her. She said there's a pharmacy with medical supplies, and maybe we can get her out of Toronto.
Well, medical supplies, too little, too late.
Maybe for today, but more of us are going to get hurt.
Bursting
This
through
needs
the
to come to
door
an-
into the infirmary, a young woman, blazing red hair in a undercut or something cool. Rachel Summers, known as Phoenix, eyes already filled with tears. I felt it. I felt her die. What the hell? What the hell happened? Speak!
A sentinel happened. What else?
God damn. This can't keep happening.
The woman on the other end of that tablet has something that can stop this, prevent this, fix this. Then that's what what our number one priority should be.
Woman on a tablet? Who? Hey, you! You on the tablet! Who are you?
I'm Ada. I'm a mold.
She's deep within the enemy's camp and apparently has information that can be a game changer. George has already given his life to get it. Emma now as well. It better be good.
Okay. Alright. Alright, Ada. So, where are you? Let's go get her. What?
I'm in Toronto. There are tens of thousands of sentinels here. While I am grateful for an evacuation, you will need to be careful if you're coming here.
Oh my god.
Perhaps we should check that medical supplies location is true first before we rush into anything and lose even more people. Marty says steadily and while at the same time putting all the equipment away. We do need medical supplies, so perhaps this should be our next trip, and then we can figure out how to get to Toronto.
So Ada has supplied Tiffany with the location of a pharmacy in Papua New Guinea that does not have mutant detecting technology. There's an address, images, and if Alex needs it, satellite images as well to facilitate him teleporting there.
Well, I appreciate the pragmatic viewpoint, Marty. I don't know if I can necessarily agree, because at this point, people aren't being injured. They're being outright killed.
I think Marty was saying it gives us a chance to make sure the information is good before we go all the way to Toronto, which is full of sentinels.
Thank you.
I get it.
That is exactly what I meant.
But a trap could be a trap could be a trap. But I get it.
Well, I don't want to sit around and wait for the rest of the people to die either. But how about this? Some of us will go to the pharmacy. I'll take Sally and Jubilee with me. We'll go to the pharmacy, and you go and see about this Ada in Toronto. We do it at the same time.
Hate to believe, but Kids is recovering in the infirmary right now. She was injured
Oh shit.
bad. I guess Emma was too proud to let me know that she needed more help than just first aid.
It was definitely that.
Rachel steps up and kneels down beside or crouches down beside Emma's bed there and touches her forehead to the passed woman's hand. You get the sense, I mean, you've witnessed it over the years. After Rachel Summers lost her mother, Jean Grey, her father, Scott Summers, Emma had very much become a surrogate mother to Rachel. And that's gone now. This woman who's only in her early 20s has experienced so much loss, but you all have. And so she takes Jubilation Lee with her, and they set to depart to examine the claims of the pharmacy location.
What happened? Like, are you two in any state to go to Toronto literally right now?
I'm fine.
Marty?
Marty gives Tiffany a look. Like, absolutely not. And with the sign language, lets her know that physically we're both fine. Mentally, on the edge.
Well, that's just another normal day. Tiffany has her hands full of a tablet, so she can't really sign back. But she sort of like meets Marty's eyes, like she catches it. She doesn't look hurt at all, by the way, unlike the two of you. She just looks exhausted, and still has these like red marks along her temples where it looks like she's been bleeding. Maybe why don't we get Ada to tell us more about the situation in Toronto, so we don't just teleport in somewhere randomly and
It wouldn't
take
be
it from
random.
there?
I have several locations throughout the area that I'm aware of and can teleport to. So it would also be a matter of Ada getting to one of those locations.
Right. So what I'm saying is, if you share some of that information, since she's physically there, she might be able to tell you, like, are those spots actually safe? Can she get to any of them?
Well, the one that immediately comes to mind is the what is it? Is it the end of the Danforth line in Vaughan? Or I'm not. Who knows Toronto subway
I'm not
systems
sure.
better than I do?
I'm not sure how long it's been since you've been to Toronto, darling, but the city was hollowed out in 2018 when Alpha Flight was attacking mutants. And because it created such a hollow, it's convenient for the MRD to stick one of the 3 master molds inside its facility, inside the city. So the reason it's so heavily patrolled is because there is a master mold there. You'd be very hard pressed to find. It would be very difficult for me to travel through Toronto without encountering sentinels. Fortunately for you, I'm very good at what I do, and I can reprogram some, at least a few sentinels, either not to react to you and perceive you, or to place loopholes in their codes that they won't detect. They won't detect you in particular. But I can't do it to all of them.
Well, the one location I am well aware of what's happened, and the location that I've been to since Ground Zero, years after the fact. It's an underground location, though it's been a while since I've been there. So it
We
is
could work with that.
It is outside of what was Ground Zero, well outside of it.
We could work with that, and then it's just a matter of getting you to me. I can get as close as possible, but you're going to have to travel some distance, a small distance as well.
Tell me it's going to be worth it. Tell me what you know is going to end this.
It will be worth it. She hesitates and says, "We have access to the entire master mold facility here, and they're linked."
Sorry, the master mold facilities are linked?
They're networked in a
And
way.
you'll be as effective if we take you out of there as you would be if we left you in there?
If I could get some help, I don't think I'll need to remain here any longer.
All right,
She
Ada.
seems a bit hesitant, and a little shaky when she's explaining, probably because she's talking over a device to you, even though Alex has assured her that the device is secure.
All right, Ada. We will attempt this. But know that if this goes sideways and you have anything to do with it doing so, it's not Sentinels you're going to have to worry about.
Alex.
I will kill you.
I understand.
It will be my last thing that I do.
That's not helpful. So can you just give her more information about the spot you know so she can hack the Sentinels or whatever she's going to do and we can take a shot at this?
Yeah. So, all right, so I need people with actual Toronto subway information. So what is the line that runs into Vaughan? What's the end of it?
The one that goes north? Was that open in 2020? I guess it was.
Does anyone know?
I mean, there
On
are
top of
just
their head?
two lines.
Yeah, it goes all the way to Vaughan Metropolitan Center. It's the university, not the university.
Yeah, I
line.
think
Yeah,
I think that's the
university
one I
line.
was thinking of. Yeah.
It goes north of Borough 7. Yep.
So I think that's well established that that was well outside of ground zero of the explosion that pretty much all took out most of downtown Toronto and chunks of the GTA. So I think we established prior that that would be a place that I've been to.
Yeah.
So I will feed that information in character that at the, what was it, the Vaughan Metropolitan,
Vaughan
Yeah.
Metropolitan Center.
Okay.
at the old Vaughan Metropolitan Center, the underground area for the subway. How does that work for you?
It'll work.
And where are we expecting to find you when we get there? You said you wouldn't be able to get that far by yourself.
Out of character, hold on a moment.
By the way, when Tiffany said to Alex, "That's not helpful," he just scowled at her.
She just shrugs.
Yeah, I know. And while our mole is doing their calculations, Alex takes a moment to take a look at Marty. He does note that when Tiffany asked, or when someone asked, "Are we good to go?" He doesn't know necessarily what Marty said to Tiffany because he never learned ASL. But he did note the hesitation. So he's now looking at Marty to see if in the heat of battle did he miss something? Is Marty physically injured, or like is there something obvious? And then there's also the fact that he has also taken note of Tiffany's bleeding temples, and it just hasn't been an opportunity to like, what happened? Where were you? But I guess one thing at a time. So Marty, are you all right?
Physically absolutely fine, wasn't injured at all during the battle, as far as you can remember, and there are no signs of injury on Marty whatsoever.
Okay.
So Ada says, I cannot get there. You will need to get into the subway tunnels of the university line, and I can get you the timing of the subway cars to evade Sentinel detection. There are spaces that it goes above ground, and those are the spaces that I can make sure the Sentinels avoid seeing you.
How far are we going?
The Sky Dome.
Piranha, yes.
None of us are locals. It's definitely not the Sky Dome anymore in 2020. It's the Rogers Center. But maybe Ada grew up there and never stopped calling it that, which is extremely valid.
I've given a correction. The Rogers Center. Fuck that.
Well and truly, fuck that. Skydome.
Which was also destroyed, no matter what you call it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the epicenter of Ground Zero.
Fine, I guess that's where we're
crater.
going. Fine, let's go to a crater on a subway.
So I'm still calling it the Sky Dome. Yeah.
That's okay. We know what you mean. I just made me laugh.
And so I take it you prepare yourselves, and Alex opens a portal to the end of the university line.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Alex was winding up to make sure Marty and Tiffany were okay before we went or not.
Yeah,
but
I did want to ask.
I apologize. Go
Sorry,
over.
I had to cut you off.
So Marty, did you have more to say, or?
You probably noticed that Marty is just as shaken by what happened, and again the loss, and that we've both been through time and time again, and that Skids almost died during the encounter with the Sentinels, and we lost 2 of our party members as well, and that Marty is just hanging on by a thread, and this thread is, you're fully aware of, it's a very unhealthy thread.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that Marty keeps an extra in their pockets at all times, and you just hope that it will be enough to do this mission.
Has Marty made a real concerted effort to hide, I guess, her dependency, or anyone who cares to look will know?
Anyone who cares to look will know, because their dependency is now very visible. They would try to hide at first, but now the only person they care about hiding it from is kids. And Marty looks at Alex. Physically, I'm absolutely fine. If you want me to go, I'm ready right now. And looks at Tiffany. Are you fine? I noticed there's a little bit of blood on your head. You okay to go? Do you need assistance?
I'm not hurt. There's probably a lot I could tell you, but I guess I just need you to know that it wasn't a waste. Okay, I have the device, and I think I made contact, but we can try again maybe after we come back.
That's good. That
Would it be
gives us hope.
worthwhile to? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all. Marty just said that gives us hope.
Tiffany smells
Would it
of
be
that.
worthwhile to jury rig something to strap this tablet to one of our chests, so literally Ada can see what's going on in real time, and so that hands are available,
That's a good idea.
almost like a GoPro.
But like a tablet-sized one.
It's a tablet.
Oh my god, the technology of the future, and we're strapping it like barbarians.
It's 2020.
Like hell, I'm just having duct tape.
You'll look like MODOK.
Oh, I love a good motor. No, Armin Zola.
Arvin and Zola, yes. Who's gonna wear me?
I think it has to be Alex because Tiffany phases and Marty turns into goo.
Yeah.
Okay, there we
Okay.
It'll
go.
be unpleasant. Otherwise.
Alright, so Alex is wearing me. And
Yeah, Ada's
sure
duct tape to me.
I'm sure Forge has earpieces around. Better if I'm in your and not like blatantly announcing it to the what's happening to the crowds.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
We have some earbuds, no
We're
worries.
looking for Bluetooth headsets.
Well, I'm sure we're all wearing earpieces anyways for communication. That's kind of 101, but yes, absolutely.
It's okay.
Just-
Alright,
Here,
that's easy.
borrow mine. Kids got me for my birthday.
There you go.
I never used them.
Alright.
So when you're
So I
ready,
will literally duct tape the tablet to my chest.
and your portal opens, and Otta watches this portal open up. For all the incredible and terrifying things you've seen, this is something you have never seen before. Not right in front of you from your space on Alex's chest. So what does it look like, Alex,
I've never-
when you open a portal in 2020?
Oh. So it has changed over time, and it is worth noting in all of this time, though Alex has never had the opportunity to investigate it, but it particularly Tiffany and Marty might even recognize the fact because they've been going through Alex's portals for decades. So it is a circular blue portal that formulates, and when you look through it, you literally see it's two-dimensional, but when you look through, you can see where you're going. But the point that I'm making that Tiffany and Marty might even note about is, especially now, the portal doesn't seem to be two-dimensional anymore. There's actually a few millimeters of thickness to it, and in those few millimeters, if you look at it, when you look through the portal, you can see the destination. But if you look at the portal itself, at the thickness laterally, it looks like an entirely different place. Like there's different colors. There's something going on there. Alex himself has just been completely ignoring it because there's been no time. But it's worth noting, perhaps, in your own observations.
In fact, it's gotten to the point, especially after your recent escapades, your crusades, one man on all sentinels, multiple micro portals erupting all over the place, heavy usage has turned those millimeters into inches. And you're at the point now where you can put your hand through it and you can feel an environment, an atmosphere. And you can see a realm. You can see mist, green grass, knolls, and glittering water. And sunrise glittering off that water. It looks incredible. But your focus has been elsewhere.
Haven't got a clue as to what it is.
That's right. But it is something. And you have just never had the chance to find out what. Just been dealing with so much loss. And Ada, you see that. And then the group steps through. And you're in Toronto. At the head of the
This is
universe.
fascinating. I've never been warned by a man either.
Tiffany laughed.
Okay. So you need to get to this. You need to get to the university line.
You can find your way there easily enough. The population here is not non-existent, but it's very few people. You get the sense that there are always sentinels right around the corner. But you're able to at least detect, escape being detected by line of sight. But you also are aware that sentinels now have the ability to detect mutants within a radius. And if you remain out here, you will be detected at some point. So you hop in your step, you make your way scurrying, skulking through until you can find the subway tunnel, which seems to be converted to essentially run subway cars that are now focused on freight. Machinery being brought like veins, like blood through the veins down into the heart of Toronto. The same heart that was there previously, but now instead of a beating heart with a society of humans and mutants, it is a cold, organized, industrial heart of a sentinel master mold.
Alex can't help but reflect upon being in the tunnels, even though very much a different scene. Just the feel and the vibe of being underground. Can't help but that those times in the Morlock tunnels under New York City, where it all kind of began. And now, with little to no irony lost on him, it could also be exactly where it ends.
Okay, you'll have a subway car coming in 2 minutes. This one will be empty.
And we're to board it?
Just ride it?
Yes. I've programmed an empty car to come and stop for you, so you won't have any civilians or MRD personnel on board.
I was going to almost suggest don't even bother stopping it. Tiffany can just phase us in when it's moving and phase us out when we're in it.
I mean, is
I can do
it
that.
supposed to stop? Will that look suspicious? I can do that.
No, I decided it would be better to have an empty car rather than an actual car with that a scheduled subway car that would have other people on board.
All right. Okay. So I guess if that's what you want me to do, when it's closer to that 2 minutes, Tiffany will phase. But we kind of have to daisy chain together. So like she can grab Marty, who can grab Alex. It doesn't really matter if you're touching Tiffany, but we all have to be in contact for Tiffany to phase us all collectively. And everyone is going to feel that sort of like staticky, shimmery thing and look a little bit pink and see-through.
Awesome.
And Tiffany, to that end, since there are a lot of moving parts on this, I'd like you to make your choice of, based on how you explain it to me, and either an agility or a logic roll.
For Tiffany, it's always been agility. So she was a gymnast when she was a kid, and that's really sort of that dexterity is kind of still where her strengths lie. So she's grabbing everyone, getting us phased ahead of time, and then she's gonna try to sort of time that jump and like pull everyone with her to step into the car as it comes by.
Perfect.
Don't you guys make a roll?
You should make a roll. Now this is a non-combat roll, so you can click the Iggy, and it's technically it's your DC is going to be 14 plus any modifier I might add to it.
I rolled a 14.
Then you succeed, and you accomplish this coordinated feat, and find yourselves now up inside the subway car as it rockets its way much faster than it used to. When you don't have a human population to worry about with safety concerns, you can travel much more quickly. As you head further down the university line, there is of course that space where it opens up and you're out on the surface. You can see in the skies above there are sentinels flying around, rockets pushing flame out of their boots.
All right, darlings, you're about to see sentinels. Please do not use any powers.
Tiffany unfaces everyone immediately.
I programmed a loophole so that these sentinels will not detect you four specifically. Out of character, is it 4? 3?
It's 3. It's 3.
3.
You 3 specifically, but it will be much more difficult if there are active powers at play.
Okay.
And it's certainly evidence because some of the sentinels are flying very close to the subway car. Probably closer than you've seen them when they're not attacking.
Now, Ada, you had mentioned that you can make them invisible, their specific signatures, which you're attempting to do here.
Yes.
Unless you would argue otherwise, I think that that's probably a logic roll.
Okay.
So please make it.
How do I make it?
What an excellent question. Learning opportunity. So if we look at your character sheet in Roll20, which is connected to the demi-plane, what you'll click on.
Is it a straight logic roll or is it a translation? Is it like a coding translation roll?
Well, that's interesting. Is there a reason why that make a difference?
No, I guess it wouldn't.
Okay, so sometimes you might have traits or something that would improve that, but if not, that's okay. So it would be a non-combat check. So you'd hit this 7.
Okay. 19.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay. That is
Yeah.
very, very good. So true to your word, you can confirm successfully that the Sentinels are blind to these specific individuals. Well done.
Well done indeed.
You hear it crackle over the
Everyone.
earpiece. Every single one of you, actually. And including, since Otto's on the chest, she can hear as well. Al? Hey, it's Kat. Katarina? Al, are you okay?
God, where are you speaking to us from?
I just got back from from before. And where are you? I'm in Weir Island.
We're on mission.
What? Where? Rachel just came back with Jubilee and she said that it all checked out. They came back like they had just been shopping. Al, are you coming home soon?
We will be home, I would suspect, within the hour.
Well, okay. If you... Listen, just call me if you need me, okay?
Just stay on the line if you wish. Just maintain radio silence for now.
Roger.
And I'll look at Marty and Tiffany and like arch my eyebrows and flatten my palm out like, did you guys hear that as well, or was that just specifically to my channel?
It was all of your channels.
Ah.
Yeah, Tiffany will nod like she heard it.
Of course, for those who need a refresher, Katarina Savoya is the sister of one of your dear friends who passed away long ago, Victor Savoya, known as Huntsman or Effigy.
Hopefully she's got good news for us when we get back.
When last you had spoken with her, Tiffany, while you were attempting your method of communicating back in time, Katarina was capitalizing upon a forge-boosted amplification of her own abilities, which put her back in time in a different way.
Alex is even contemplating. He thought for a moment, open a portal and bring her in, but then he also then remembered, oh, I need to avoid using powers right now.
I was hoping you would you would use powers.
You can
What's
use
that?
powers, and it's once you're underground. I just meant while we were like in sight of the Sentinels. So, Anna was just saying don't do it right in front of the Sentinels, but we'll go back underground.
Okay, so we are in the clear right now.
You do go back underground, and the remainder of your journey will be back under the ground.
Okay, then.
Well, Anna will say, you can use your powers again now.
All right. He will open another portal. Like go over the radio. Well, Alex always opens the portal right outside where the well, it's not a pier. It's like the rock that juts out over the water, right at the back of the Mur Island facility. And so he goes on the radio. Cat, I'm opening a portal.
We'll be there.
Come to us. And then he'll open it.
And as soon as you open that circle of blue, it falls, well, shoots hundreds of feet away as you're moving in a subway car.
Yeah, I was wondering about the physics of that. If it would
actually
just stay with me.
It actually, as it slides through, it slides the subway car through the Muir Island rock, knocking it over and having some of it fall down into the waves.
What?
And it derails the back of the subway train, and it collides, and a massive explosion occurs.
Oh, you wanted this to happen. All right.
Did that really just happen?
You all need to make, well, not Ada. You all need to make agility saves.
Is that just a non-combat check still?
Yeah, but if you have some sort of reaction ability to handle a situation of this sort, feel free to use it.
Yeah, I do. Can I just phase? I have a
Yeah.
phase reaction.
You sure can.
I'm phasing.
Okay.
Can I just use a reaction to teleport?
Where are you teleporting into? Because, like, you absolutely can, but you are in a subway car that's about to be overtaken by a fireball.
Well, I was thinking of just blinking and just blinking to outside while the car keeps going, to just blinking behind it to onto the ground.
Okay. And does Marty have a reaction?
No.
So each of you describe, let's start with Tiffany. Describe what happens as you manage to survive a train wreck and massive explosion.
I don't think it really would occur to Tiffany that Alex's portal would do that. Like, clearly it didn't even occur to him, so why would it occur to her? She's mostly just thinking, I can't believe you're bringing Kat here, as we're on a train on our way to a master mold. Kind of watches the portal slide through the back of the train, like a little bit puzzled, and then, like, sees what's coming. She phases immediately, so whatever, like, debris or fire or anything is just going to pass harmlessly through her. But I do think she's looking for Marty, because she doesn't know if Marty has a way to handle this situation. She can't phase Marty fast enough to phase both of us right now, but we'll be looking for Marty in case Marty needs help in, I don't know, a few seconds.
And Alex?
Well, Tiffany's not wrong. That is as much as a surprise to Alex as it is to anybody. And so there must be some sort of nefarious powers at play that's messing with his abilities. And so, yeah, upon seeing it go sideways, he just instinctively, like, uses a reaction. So that's like instinctually, he just blinks and just goes back 15 feet the opposite direction the train is going in. So the train keeps going. He goes back 15 feet and just kind of like thump on the ground. And he's like, what the hell just happened? But yes.
And Marty, what happens? How do you not react or not escape?
I just look at the damn explosion and look to my right, see my friend Tiffany immediately shift into the phasing mode and look to my left, and Alex is, as a good reaction, teleports immediately. Poof. And Marty just looks at the impending doom and just says, "God damn," and takes the explosion and the metal and everything.
And
while dropping to their goofball form.
Exactly. You're pulverized as shrapnel, massive chunks of metal, shattered glass, and all kinds of debris from the cement tunnels here pepper box against your body, and just as your friends manage to utilize their abilities to avoid the damage, your ability, your power, beyond comprehension really, is not at all in evading. You explode and, like a painting, splatter against the subway walls. It's horrific. And yet, as the explosion subsides, your allies stand there in utter shock. Your remains slough down off the wall to the ground, mixing with the dirt and the gravel there, and slowly coalesce, like pulsing, writhing forms of goo melding back together. It's not pleasant, but it wasn't enough to kill you.
It fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. But I'm so used to it at this point. I've been through so much that I just became kind of numb to it. Not something I'm seeking out to, experience over and over again, but if it comes, it comes. I slowly but surely, because my goo is slipping through the crevices and through bent metal and shapes into a puddle on the ground, and slowly, let's say within 10 minutes, I have my form again.
Alex, what the fuck?
When I said you could use your power, I didn't mean to destroy the subway.
That has never happened before. I don't know what happened.
Anna would like to... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Anna's going to try to do some damage control, so
Sentinels are en route.
Yes.
In your location, you actually hear the cacophonous, echoing voice, deep rumbling, a word from Master Mold.
Is there like
Respond.
a move button? Because Lady Space Patrol just worked in Canaficus. I can't even say it.
Cacophonous?
Yes. She does every single session, and she just did it. Cacophonous.
No, never mind that. Anna, you were saying?
So I want to falsify that there have been reports on this track since 2018 that their engineers believe there could be a problem, so that an analysis will come up with the idea that this was just uncorrected wear and tear from the explosion that finally resulted in a passing train, like everything being fucked up, and not, say, arriving mutants. So I'd like to make a logic roll to, or it might be, it's probably coding, but I don't think it matters. I'd like to make a logic roll to try to falsify the records.
So you've mentioned coding twice. How does coding change things?
I have a tech reliant translation power. So it allows me to understand code. So I can understand code of, which is what I'm doing already, understand code of like the Sentinels. But in this case, it would just be like the computer records.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it gives an advantage, right? It's your trait.
It's just what allows me to do this in the first place. So
Right.
I'm going to make the logic roll to
Please do.
first off create 23.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Okay.
Oh,
All right, and
marble.
now I
And
would
what was that
like
for again?
to
Say?
roll- So that is to create the backstory so that all the Sentinels who are arriving will see that there are 2 years worth of records of engineers saying that there were structural problems here that never got corrected, and that engineers were suggesting that that there was a chance that this would create an accident in the future. So Sentinels who are arriving are already reviewing their records and saying, "Oh yes, this has been human engineers have said for the last 2 years that an accident like this could happen." So they're already anticipating before they arrive that this is an accident because they never corrected this. And now I'd like to make a second roll for the Sentinels who are arriving, not to detect the party, but to alter their perceptions to match the what I just like planted in their heads.
Okay. Yep. I'll even give you edge on this roll, but
It's a fantastic success.
no, of course it is.
They're both. The first one was a fantastic 23. This one was a fantastic 17. Ada, all right. So Ada says, "It's all right. I've covered it. The Sentinels who are arriving won't perceive you. They believe this is an engineering flaw. They believe that this is an engineering flaw, a leftover damage from the 2018 explosion. But you have lost your transportation. If you're going to summon your teammates, do it right now."
Have we seen Marty explode like that before? Like, what do we think is happening?
Marty can explain if Marty thinks that you've seen that before.
Probably not to that extent. But you saw Marty taking a hit that would, definitely kill somebody outright. But because of their nature, they kind of, instead of dying, they just keep reforming because every cell in their body is connected, and they are just slowly but surely putting themselves together. It's just the nature of their power.
Okay, because I think Tiffany is only like half listening to Ada. She's much more concerned with what is wrong with Marty, and is trying to like kick debris out of the way to help Marty like goo back together, so she doesn't flip out on Alex because she realizes he wasn't expecting that, but also like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, you would know that the faster the goo can form back into a jello-like clump, the faster Marty would be able to be back to normal.
She looks pissed, but she's just focusing on helping Marty become ungoo again.
Alex just looks aghast, and he just, I'm sorry. He can't stop apologizing, and he is literally, when he sees movement, he literally uses his hands to push you back together to help the process.
Like scooping
As
your own
he's like-
throw up to put it in the
Tiffany,
trash.
like despite everything out loud, is like, we stopped carrying the bucket around so long ago.
Like, and he's just saying, "I'm sorry," as he's like scooping you together. "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
Did I mention that you should take 100 damage, Marty?
Taking it. You didn't mention. I'm taking it now.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
The tablet starts to vibrate on Alex's chest. Alex, if you're going to summon the rest of your team, you should do it now.
Don't bring Cat
Oh.
here. Are you crazy?
The portal is there. They just got to walk through it.
I
And
couldn't
so
see from my
whoever-
angle. I just see.
And whoever would like to join us, as I will leave that to our illustrious GM to decide.
And even as Tiffany says, "Don't bring Cat here," it echoes a little loudly in the tunnels, or what remains of the tunnels, as Katerina Savoya, Rachel Summers, and Jubilation Lee all step out into the tunnel and begin to run over to you. Katerina runs right up to Tiffany and throws herself into her arms. Tiff, I know you're always looking out for me, but I can't let you do this alone.
It's really dangerous here, Cat.
You guys are all I have. And if our plan, the one you and I came up with, if it's gonna work, and she looks at the side of your head, your temples where those needle imprints are, and she frowns. Tiff, you can't carry it all on your shoulders. I'm doing my part too.
You can't do your part if anything happens to you here. That's what I'm saying.
Well, then I guess you'd better make sure you phase me if something goes wrong.
Stay close by, okay?
You know
Are
I
you
will.
okay?
I'm okay. I was kind of hoping that when I came back from giving my brother the disc that everything would be different, you know? But it was the same.
Yeah.
We're still
Wait,
here.
You saw him?
Yeah, I did it. Forge did it. Unbelievable. I was there. I mean, it was a mess. But I saw my mom. And I saw my brother.
Tiffany gives her like a huge hug, but she's sort of looking over towards Alex.
You guys were such a mess back then.
Yeah? Listen, I think what I did might have worked too, so I guess we just have to hang in there. I don't know.
Yeah. Rachel steps up. I love what you're doing with the place, guys. Is this the big clandestine effort where you detonate subways?
No, this was Alex.
I bet it was.
Throw me under the bus.
Jubilee just
Under
steps
the
up.
subway train.
Jubilee steps up and she elbows you in the ribs. Come on, old man, let's go.
Yeah, Alex still isn't like what the hell just happened? And he gives his head a shake, and he was like, wait a minute, you just did the trip to when Victor and I first met this version of you?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I just got back from that now. The only problem was what Forge and I had discussed. I was supposed to come back days ago. I was really only supposed to be gone for like a minute, but I ended up... It's harder to come back here than it is to go back there. That's weird, right?
No, it's about as sane of a conclusion that anyone could come to.
Sure, but like the whole universe? Like, why would it be harder to time travel back home than it is to go, I don't know, to dinosaur times?
I have no idea.
I wanted to ask Forge, but he's, yeah. Let's just get a move on.
Ada, how far away are we from where we need to be?
Sorry, could you say that again?
How far away are we? She's asking Ada over the tablet. How
Oh.
far away are we from where we are supposed to be?
Ada sighs loudly and pauses and says, well, most of the way there. You'll just need to get a little exercise in.
So are you saying we should walk through the tunnel? Is that safe for us to do?
Yes.
I'm not worried about subway cars. I'm worried about sentinels.
You can walk.
As soon as
If I
Marty
get
is...
another- I won't be able to get another train on this line, but you'll be able to walk. They'll be, especially once you get away, they'll be preoccupied inspecting the damage here.
Even if we use our powers, it's safe to walk.
Hold on a second. No, you should definitely not use your powers. There are limits even to my amazing programming abilities.
And they are amazing.
They're fantastic.
But you should probably... but you should definitely start moving away from the scene
As
of the
soon
crime.
as Marty is finished reforming, we will be moving. Why don't... Yeah, no. Okay. So how close is Marty to being a solid again?
Sooner rather than later, ideally.
Okay.
I
need to get
regain 5 hit points every turn. So
But you can reconstitute yourself after, I think you had mentioned in describing it that it would be a few minutes or something,
Oh,
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can still travel, you're just deeply injured.
yeah, especially if people are helping me, it will be faster
Yep.
to connect all the bits and pieces.
That's what Alex was doing. So then after those few minutes, and Alex continues to apologize, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
And
It's all good. Just let's not try it again. It's not pleasant.
Yeah.
As you make your way on your journey on foot now, hastily leaving that area as sentinels speed overhead towards it, you find that the sentinels are, well, Ada, you explain.
The area is swarming with sentinels, and all of them are ignoring the 6 of you, as Ada has programmed them to do, until one of them comes and lands beside you, and kind of lays down, and Ada says, "Your ride."
You've got to be kidding me.
These things come equipped with seats.
No, you're just gonna hold on. Try not to do anything dangerous or blow anything up.
No more portals.
It'll be quicker than walking.
Don't do anything dangerous is an insane thing to say as you're telling us to get a piggyback ride from a sentinel, but alright.
There's
Did
enough
you-
space for all of you.
Did you give us a little bit of a warning that a sentinel was coming in to land near us?
I mean, they're all flying overhead and ignoring you.
Right.
Even the ones that are like, well, by you, this one just like kind of flopped on the ground.
Okay.
And she says it was doing it. She said you're right. So no, not a ton.
All right. I just wanted to gauge what Alex's natural reaction would have been, but okay. I get what you were describing.
Don't break 2 of our rides.
Yeah, well, that's what I was, yeah.
You're totally gonna break
You're
it.
close to the scene of the crime, and there are like dozens of sentinels that are investigating it. Like I couldn't stop that. All I could do was like
Yep,
make
I
them
get
not
it.
notice.
No, I appreciated the explanation.
I'm assuming you
On the
all
left, I guess.
climb aboard.
Yep.
Katarina smirks and nudges Rachel and says, Rachel's got to grab it by the butt cheeks. And then the sentinel takes off and begins to rocket towards your destination. And as you're approaching, you can see overhead the deep scar that has become the downtown core of Toronto. The fight here was clearly cataclysmic, and though the details are sparse, this entire region is now devoid of any life. And absolutely the perfect place for a master mold to just propagate and continue creating more and more sentinels. As you're approaching, you begin to land down in the harborfront area right near the lake. This used to be a kitschy little area that was full of yuppies even back in the 90s. Lots of affluent condos. Now half caved in buildings, remnants that haven't fallen down in all cases. And as you make the last leg of your journey closer and you approach the Sky Dome, you can see overhead a swirling vortex of sentinels that seem to be circling overhead of undoubtedly Master Mold, what is in the what remains of the stadium. Yeah, that's the word. You come in from the lowest point, and 2 sentinels rocket and land down in front of you. And they both raise their arms up and say, "Halt, mutant." The beams in their fists, or their palms, begin to lighten up, and it looks like they're setting to attack you.
Ada.
Hold on. Waiting for instruction from May.
I don't see any messages.
How convenient.
Okay. And as you are as these last 2 sentinels, because there's just too many for Ada to reprogram, a third sentinel drops down from the sky, or drops down and smashes their heads together, and destroys them, and says, "It's good to see you. It's good to see you all here, darlings." The Sentinel says in a monotone voice at the same time as the tablet speaks.
Wait a minute. Are you speaking through both? What's going on here?
Yes, I'm Ada.
Are you inside of the Sentinel, or what is happening here?
I am Ada.
You're a damn sentinel?
I'm a woman. I'm who you came here to meet.
Then let's figure this out afterwards. We need to get the hell out of here. And with
Getting
that,
out of here. Getting out of here for me was never going to be in the card. I'm sorry to have kept this from you, but you weren't going to, you would not have come and met me here with this information. But I do have a plan. Master Mold is here, and I built an EMP that can destroy this Master Mold. I want your help with it.
how? What?
So I've run this simulation many times. I've made an EMP bomb. It will be like a nuclear weapon to any machine life in Toronto. It will kill every Toronto. It will kill every Sentinel here, myself and Master Mold included. May I see your tablet, Alex?
He'll rip the duct tape, peel it off his chest, and hold it out.
She'll take it and say, "I'm downloading a copy of myself onto the tablet, but when this bomb goes off, any machine life in Toronto will not survive it. I could have activated it myself, but then I won't be able to hide the evidence, and I won't be able to replicate it in any of the other locations where the Master Mold is. It's my hope that if we do it here with you, here now with you, that Master Mold will believe it. It was something that you did."
So we're here to cover your tracks.
And to kill Master Mold.
No, I absolutely. Where's this device?
Out of character, May, how far is it?
Like maybe 1 kilometer away from you? Not even? You would have probably had to have built it and kept it like pretty much right where Master Mold is, right?
It's close. Master Mold has more EMP shielding than anything else here. It's less than 1 kilometer away.
So we just need to walk up and set it off and leave? We don't have to move it?
It can't be moved, it's too heavy. Walk off and set it off, and preferably destroy the evidence before you go.
And what's happening to you?
I'll be erased, there's a new copy of me on this tablet that you can take with you.
As long as we don't let it get hit by an EMP.
Forge's tablet has shielding, if not, if the tablet isn't turned on.
Tiffany looks incredibly dubious that this little tablet is going to survive an EMP that can take out Master Mold. But
No, the tablet itself isn't.
The tablet.
tablet's- No,
Yeah,
it
but-
just now has a copy of Ada on it.
I understand your skepticism, but Forge was a mutant who is known to design
I know who Forge
technology that
was.
withstand-
Thanks.
I mean that he could design technology that withstood EMPs, something that the rest of us cannot do. And if not, it'll still take out Master Mold.
Alex, why don't you let me hang on to that?
Absolutely. So where exactly is this EMP device, and what evidence do you need destroyed?
She will give directions to where it is, because I don't actually know the layout of the Sky Dome.
Okay, but so it's there, right in the Sky Dome. Okay.
Yeah, it's around.
And
the
how
area.
does one trigger it? Like, does
It's
your
been-
Sentinel body have like 3D projection holographic abilities? Like, you can show us a picture of it and the button to push and
Yeah,
like,
she can do that.
We have a
Okay.
tablet
And
with a
it's
screen on it.
Yeah.
They have the
She'll
internet on
just show you what-
computers.
It's
And-
not very complicated. There's a button. Any of you can press it.
and what is this evidence that you need destroyed? That's the part I'm not clear on.
I mean, just destroy or remove the EMP device so that Map doesn't that it was here by a Sentinel.
But did you not just say it was too heavy to move? So destroy it. Okay. So you said that we saw the Sky Dome very clearly as we were flying while grabbing onto the Sentinel, correct? Ladies,
Was that
please
from
control.
What was that story? Yeah, repeat again.
Yeah, you said that as we were flying while holding on to the Sentinel, we got a really good view of the Sky Dome, and
Oh, I see what you're thinking. Yeah. I mean, you could teleport into the Sky Dome, like right on Master Mold's head or so.
right. Okay, so
But that would be like jumping right into the bee's nest.
someone's got to press the button.
Mm-hmm.
And well, let's see if I'm fast enough. So Alex will say goodbye, everyone, and he'll open a portal to get everyone to safety.
And as you open the portal, stepping through the portal is another kind of sentinel. This one's actually maybe like 15 feet rather than the 20 feet that you typically see. And rather than being much like Ada, purple and and pink. This one is silver, head to toe, except for a pink face and a pink gem in its chest sort of situation. It has 3 chunky fingers on each hand, and you have encountered this before. And Ada might cry out, or any of you might cry out, the name of this being. There's only one of these.
Nimrod.
And
But I say it in your headpiece out loud.
Now, just to be clear, the what my plan was, but if we want to alter it, the portal was going to take them all back to Mur Island, and Alex was just going to teleport to the Sky Dome.
yes, and so you can still do that. You opened the portal, and Nimrod stepped out from Weir Island into this right in front of you.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So if you want to go to Muir Island, you can do that. But we'll have that happen next time.